And of course, we want to talk about the MLB Power Rankings. Here's 1 through 10. Number 1, we got the Dodgers. 2, the Astros. 3, former champs there, and the Braves, followed by the Mets and the Yankees. So we do want to bring in MLB expert Matt Snyder to break down his latest MLB Power Rankings. So Matt, of course, topping off your list is the Dodgers. Another 100-win season for them, and it's their 4th in the past 5 full seasons. How does this Dodger team compare to those other 100-win teams?
I think pretty favorably. One thing I would say about this group is you have to give them credit for how much they've fought through this year in terms of injury adversity, in terms of getting inconsistency from guys like Cody Bellinger, Max Muncy having a terrible year compared to what he did last year. Maybe some of it was the lingering elbow injury that he suffered in the last series last year. Regardless, they have not had, like, you would think that a team that's playing this well and is on pace for their most wins in franchise history would have had every single thing possible go right for them. But they haven't. They've actually had a lot go against them. And it shows what kind of fight they have. It shows what kind of mettle they have. But most of all, it shows how deep they are and how talented they are, that they can overcome this kind of stuff. As you can see, they're on pace for 113 wins. That would be the best season in Dodgers history. Like I said, at least in the regular season. The thing about the Dodgers is what they've done in the regular season these past several years is they've raised the bar to the point that the regular season doesn't even matter. And we kind of take it for granted. Like, we haven't even talked about the Dodgers that much because we're just used to how good they are in the regular season. And unfortunate in a way, but also like this is what other teams should strive for is that they've gotten themselves to the point that if they don't win it all, their season's a failure. And like I said, that's what every franchise strives for. But when you view it through the lens of looking at this regular season right now, maybe we should appreciate it more. It's kind of a bummer from that perspective.
And Matt, also in your top 5, the Yankees, Aaron Judge. We got to talk about them. So Aaron Judge hitting 2 home runs on Sunday. Tell us what you're seeing from Judge this season.
One of the best offensive seasons that we've seen, I would say, of all time, if you can put it in the proper context. I mean, we know the 1998 to 2001 years. You could go up to 2004 with Barry Bonds. There are a lot of questions hanging over that area, and everybody wants to call it the steroid era. There's testing in place right now. So as far as we know, Judge is clean as a whistle. He's just a really big dude who's completely locked in at the plate, hitting a lot of home runs. I assume in the next few days he's going to set the AL record when he gets over 61. We haven't seen anybody in the American League get up into the 60s since 1961 and Roger Maris, and it's only happened twice in history, with Babe Ruth being the other one. And of course, Babe Ruth played in the 20s when it was segregated. So this is something that we haven't really seen pretty much ever, because he has a chance to win the Triple Crown. Nobody's ever won the Triple Crown when they hit over 60 home runs. Nobody's finished in the top 5 in batting average in their league when they hit over 50 home runs since the 70s. So this is all around one of the best offensive seasons we've ever seen. Kudos to Judge. It's really, really fun to watch. And hopefully he gets over 60 really soon. And if he does and he keeps hitting him in bunches, maybe we could talk about him getting close to the 70s. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, we're all on Judge watch, Matt. So obviously, AL East showing up really strong in your rankings. We talked about the Yankees, but moving on to the Blue Jays, the Rays, they have a series coming up. So do you think both of those teams will be able to grab a wild card spot?
Absolutely. They're both in. The only caveat to that is with them playing a series against each other, if one team sweeps the other and the Orioles get hot at the same time, maybe it might get a little sticky there for the team that's on the losing end of a possible sweep. I don't expect them to sweep. The Blue Jays took 3 of 5 when they just played a 5-game series in Toronto. I think it's probably going to be very competitive. But as I said, if you get a sweep on one hand, the Orioles get hot all of a sudden, then you might have a situation where there's a race for the wild card. And by the same token, if one team sweeps the other, especially if it's the Blue Jays, they're 5.5 out. They have a 3-game series coming up against the Yankees. Let's say the Blue Jays sweep the Rays here. Then they have that 3-gamer against the Yankees. They still have a chance at the AL East. They really do. They'd have to get really hot. They'd have to get help, but they do have an outside shot.
All right, thanks so much, Matt. The Dodgers, Astros, and Braves topping your list, and we do want to take a look at the bottom half of the list as well and check out those 21 through 30. On the very bottom there, we have the A's, the Nationals, number 28, the Pirates and their sunflower seeds there, 27, the Royals, and then 26, the Tigers. And remember, you can check out that full list of the MLB Power Rankings over on CBSSports.com.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.